afterwards, I'll laugh and be like to the crew, like, what am I doing? I'm like, this is so weird. And they'll be like,
well, guys, congratulations on this. I haven't laughed as much in ages. I didn't know what to expect, but it's out there. It's a little bit rude. It's extremely funny. It's got it all going on. So congratulations, first of all. Máiréad, we'll start with you because you're, I suppose, the center of this. You're the one who's not extraordinary, I suppose. You don't have your power, you're Jen. So how do you get a role like the lead, I suppose, in a show, a brand new, huge Disney show like this? Is it like an ages-long audition process? Does someone just call you up and say, you're in, baby? Or how does it work?
Yeah, I was you're in, baby. The door, just learned my lines on the day. It was grand. Yeah, it was just an audition. It was like, I remember the script came through. I found it really funny, and I was like, oh, this will be good crack. Didn't think anything of it because I was like, they'll want a name for like a Disney show. Like it's not going to be. But I was like, yeah, I'll enjoy it. I recognize Emma Moran's name. I was like, oh, she might be Irish. But anyway, and then I kind of like I was like, I may have a chance. Who knows? Yeah. And then did the audition, self-tape, and then in person, and then did chemistry reads, met Luke on the first chemistry reads, and then a couple of weeks later met Bilal and Fia, and magic was made.
It does feel a bit like magic watching it, and you all seem, just from the few moments I've been talking to you over the computer, I suppose virtually, you seem to get on. Did you get on straight away, or did anybody know each other beforehand? I know in these acting circles you might have bumped into somebody.
We were kind of aware of each other. I feel like I knew you from, because you were a couple of years above me in RADA, but we like in drama school, but we just missed each other.
Yeah.
And we had like mutual friends and stuff.
And actually we had weirdly mutual friends.
Yeah, and I'd seen something that you'd done for the Beeb.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Bieber.
The other Beeb, not the BBC, the Biebermeister. Okay.
I think the main thing is that for all of us, like it was like our first big job, really. And so actually, I didn't really feel like I knew anything about you guys, but we were all just so excited about it. And so it wasn't like this thing where sometimes like you enter a job and you're a bit like, oh, okay, like who's more, like who knows, and who knows who, and blah, blah, blah. Like all four of us were just there like, we cannot believe this is happening. And there's a photo of us right after the first read through where we're like, we're all just there like, oh.
And I remember as well, like in for our chemistry read for the three of us, Toby, the director, he'll probably hate me saying this, but he was like a bit late, and we always suspect that it was on purpose, so that we would have more time
get to know each other.
And then like walked in and did and it just, I remember saying to him at the end, I was like, it has to be them, surely, like they're just perfect.
That's a really good one though. I'm going to use that every time I'm late for a meeting or anything. I'm just going to let you guys bond. Sorry, I'm not late.
It's about chemistry, building chemistry.
Dentist, and you're like, I just thought you and the nurse might
so, Sofia, I love all the superpowers in this, but your one in particular it's like everything in this show. It's a little bit kind of strange, but it's hilarious and it's brilliant. At one point in this, your Hitler is coming through you. I should tell people your superpower is that you can channel the dead. I suppose they can speak through you. Is there a lot of corpsing going on with a lot of your scenes, in the sense that you're always kind of, I assume, miming along to somebody else's voice, and when it's somebody like Hitler, is for the rest of you as well, is it kind of, it must be really weird.
Well, you know what? When we're actually filming it, I don't mime along to their voice. That's all done in post-production. So actually, I learn the script, I learn the accent, and I learn the physicality. And then in post, they get another actor to come in and he dubs over what I've done. So it feels more like, so each of those people that I channel, I prep as different characters physically and through the voice as well. Okay. And of course, it is. Kind of weird, but I don't know, is there much corpsing?
No, like that, because I feel it was quite like it's such a massive undertaking, and Fia does an amazing job of it, especially in like the later episodes when she's with Charles. It's like it's just Fia in those scenes. And it's like incredible, and I think we kind of wanted her to like have her time to, but it was hilarious sometimes. But also, don't know what's going to come out of it.
Yeah, and you did it so well, and you really like obviously just like committed to it, that it actually was like it felt almost quite real when you were doing it.
Like there's moments when I'm like there's some scenes where I'm like looking into a camera, literally talking to myself for a whole day. It does feel weird. Afterwards, I'll laugh and be like to the crew, like, what am I doing? I'm like, this is so weird, and they'll be like.
They'll be like,
the day that you were channeling the country music singer, like the
improv
that he just let it run on. And oh my God, that was like unbelievable. Some of the things she said were like,
giddy up.
Giddy up.
I wasn't even there, just Toby was showing me the videos. He was like, it looked amazing.
I'm
December-
never there when you're doing those scenes, but I do remember when it was like a lunch break, and you were like, Luke, can I practice my Hitler in front of you? And I was like, I love that I've been chosen for this. Yeah.
It does feel like such like a gift to be able to like play someone that you're never going to actually be cast as in terms of like, I'm never.
No,
gonna
you
cast as
could.
Hitler
You
or
could.
something.
You could.
Who knows?
Is it a gift and a curse though? Because I assume you have to go home each night and you're trying to like learn off a completely different character to your actual character. Do you know what I mean? You kind of have a load of character. I didn't realize you were going into character and all these different people. That's Look at me scared of work. Is that extra work?
Yeah, but that does happen quite a lot in prep. So like in rehearsals before and stuff, working with like the director, and we have an acting coach who helps us as well. So all of that kind of happens pre. But it's a bit of work, but it's fun.
Don't you also get zoomed with the people who are going to voice the character? And
I
like
do.
for Charles II.
Yeah. Voice with Zooms with the people that are playing those characters, and then I watch them and the way they speak and pick up a lot of their physicalities, and then basically base it on them.
Okay. There isn't a bad character in this. They're all brilliant, right? Like Bilal, your character, he cracks me up. I mean, and there's a lot of people that I suppose in real life, that maybe myself, that I can compare him to. Do you know what I mean? Now, this is based on people you might know, people when they're watching it. Was he a fun character to get your teeth into? When you read the script, you're flicking through. What did you make of him yourself?
Yeah, I love playing Kash. It was amazing. I think the thing that I found really funny about him is that he's so sweet, but he does things that are just completely out of order all the time. And like finding how those two things can coexist at the same time was like a really fun challenge. I feel like he's got like elements of like characters maybe that we've seen before, but then there's like also this whole sort of like kind of slightly camp energy that he has as well, and quite like
where does that come from?
Yeah, I don't know. Like he's just. I feel like he's quite a unique character in the vein of character that he's been written as, it was really fun. And all the vigilante stuff was like, we talk about corpsing. Every time I was with those boys, every single time I corpsed, and it got to the point where it got quite annoying on set because I just couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, stop.
Especially with Abraham Papula. The king.
I can't go because I know I'm going to be wrapped up in a minute, Luke, without asking about playing a cat. Do you know what it's like? It's just another thing in this show that you just don't see come, and it happens very early on. I don't think it's a spoiler. What did you think when you read the script? Did somebody approach you and say you're perfect as a cat?
You are. We think it'll be great, and I thought I was going to be the cat, not the man.
Yeah.
So, all my preparation went straight out the window. I was struggling on set. But
your feline like, do you know what I mean? You nail it.
I did meet the cat before we started filming that it was going to be, and I was like, oh, I should bond with this cat, and then they're like, you'll never see this cat again because obviously you don't cross over, and I was like, oh, okay. I did actually. I was often there whenever we do the crossover, which was great. I got to see Annie the cat's work. Working hard. But it's interesting for me because like it's a role where all the stuff that you might associate with preparation as an actor, like, you know, knowing about your character, knowing about their past, was completely irrelevant to me. We had this really funny like week of rehearsals where we were like working on our like relationships to each other, like finding out about our past, and I just had to kind of sit there and be like la 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 la, because I just don't. But for me that's really exciting because it means that like every day you arrive on set, like you don't know anything, and it's just based off the situation that you land yourself in. And with this show, every day on set there's something totally insane that means you always feel like really alive, because it's very hard to get complacent when someone's like throwing a fish through a window at you. And you can't just be like this. So bizarre times.
Well, it's insanely brilliant, guys. Congratulations, and thanks for talking to me. I loved it.
Thank you.
Cheers. Take care. Bye.